two options ending with 6, two options ending with 7. We can't verify last digit. Let's write all positive numbers one side. 78, 5 cube, 125, 30% of 750. I am taking only positive numbers. 10% multiplied by 3, 75 3 times, 225, and the last one 87. Positive numbers. Negative numbers, 7 square, 13 square. So can we verify last two digits? Yes, two digits sufficient. This ends with 18. Correct. 25, 25. 70, 80, 150. 150, 50, 200. Left over 7 and 8. That is 15. Some 15. If you subtract 18, answer ends with 97 only. Right. 512. This is 8 cube divided by 8. That is 8 square. 64. This is 11 cube divided by 11. 11 square. 121. And 30% of this number. 45 3 times. 10% 3 times. 135. And 12 11 times. Correct? You don't have to calculate it. Sorry. Even if you calculate 132 subtracted from 135, left over 3. That means answer 188. Right. Next. Here also all the options are ending with 5. 50% of 90. Let's calculate this first. 45 into 6 times in the sense double triple. 45 double. 90 triple. And the other positive number is, and to that if you add 270, that is 953. And this is 18 square divided by 18. And you need to subtract 18 from that. Answer 935. Under root of 1936. Either that may be a 4 square or 6 square. 40 square is 1600, more than that. So let's identify 45 square, which is 2025. Our number is less than that. Hence it is 44 square only. Square and under root both gets cancelled. How much is left? 44. Under root of 81, 9 times. We'll calculate this later. 30% of this number. 10%, 55. 3 times. 165 minus 176. Any answers? All the options are ending with 5. So we can't verify it. 9 times of this number in the sense 10 times minus 1 time. 10 times is, I will add 440 and then 165, and we have to subtract 44 also. That 44 I will add here. Is that okay? How much is this? 605 minus 220. Answer 385. Understood? 18 square, 324. 26 square. Sum of both the numbers together, 1000. Minus 39. Under root of 961 in the sense, which is 31, right? 31 plus 50% of this number, 375. Answer 406. 9, 13 times, 4 times of 13, 52. Let's write positive numbers now. 11, 11 cube, 11 square, 121. 5 times, 10 times and half of it. 10 times is 1210. Half of that number, 605. So positive numbers sum is 657. Now negative numbers. 30% of 1250. 10% 3 times. 375. And then last one, 1089. How much is that? 33. Sum of both the negative numbers, 408. If you subtract it, answer 249. 600 minus 400, 200. 57 minus 08, 49. 35% of 40 or 10% double double, 3 and a half, 7, 14. 55 percentage of 80. 50% plus 5%, 40 plus 4, 44. 60 percentage, 10%, double, triple, 10%, 75, double, 150, triple, 450, and this is 508. 11 into 9, approximately 100, 1 less than 100, 2 times will be 2 less than 200, x times will be x less than x 100. Approximately how many hundreds are there? 12, and that number is 12 less than 1200. We already discussed the format. 1 less than 100, 2 less than 200, 3 less than 300, like that, x less than x 100. That is 12 less than 1200, correct? So how many times is that? Cancellation. 12 times. 12 into 8. 96 5 times. 480. 40% of this number. 10% double double. 6 and a half. 13. 26. And then 31 36. 55 square is 3025. Our number must be 56 square only, because that is ending with 6 and more than 30 25, correct, which is 36. Again, all the options are ending with 2. Come on. 56. 480 plus 20, 500. Apart from 500, you have 56 plus 6, 62. 562. Right. Under root of, first let's calculate this. 13 7 times. 91 minus 17 plus 142 plus 225. Okay. Now 225 plus 142. 367 plus 91. Otherwise. 367 we already got. From that subtract 17, you get round figure. 350. To that add 1, 91. How much is that? Under root of 441, 21 minus 20% of 160, 32 plus 7 and numerator 7 cube. So that is 7 square, 49. 49 can be written as 1 less than 50. Twice will be 2 less than 100. 3 times 3 less than 150, which is 147. Sum of positive numbers is 168. From that, if you subtract 32, answer 5776. So that may be either 4 square or 6 square, correct? 70 square, 4900, and that is more than that. So let's calculate 75 square. 7 into 8, 56, 25. Our under root value is more than 56, 25. So it has to be 76 multiplied by 11 plus 180 by 4, half, again half. 90, 45 minus 14, 11 times, correct? Both are 11 multiples only. Take 11 common. 76 minus 14, 62, 11 times. 62 one time, one more time, plus 45, correct? Yes. 7, 2. Answer ends with 27. Multiple options are there, 727. Under root of 729. 27 plus 25 can be written as 100 by 4. Denominator 4, cancellation with 36. 9 times into 100. That means sum of both the numbers we can write it as 927. And remaining 2 are negative numbers only. 30% of 850. 10% 3 times. 85 3 times. 255. Yes. Reverse multiplication. 85 3 times. 83's 5 3's 15. 240 15. That's how we calculate, right? And then 32 11 times. 10 times plus 1 time, that is 352. Sum of both the negative numbers is 607. That must be subtracted from 927. Answer 320. Yes. Okay. Now let's first concentrate on the fraction value. 3 by 9, 5 by 18, 11 by 18. Correct? Denominators are 18, right? So we can write 3 by 9 as 6 by 18 plus 5 by 18 minus 11 by 18 gets cancelled. So only integer left is 4 comma 5. Sum 9 plus 60 percentage of this number. That is, can I write it as 6 into 10%, which is 195. 195 can be treated as 5 less than 200. Matladandi. If you identify it as 5 less than 200, 6 200s minus 6 into 5, 30. 1200 minus 30, 11. Already 9 we have. 1179. First numbers are over. Now 1179. 45% of this number. 45%. 50% minus 5%, which is 660 minus 66. 5 9 4. Correct. Subtract 600, add 6 later. Subtract 600. 579. Add 6 later. 585. Over. Q1, Q2s. Average age of a class of 12 students is X years, and when the age of teacher is included, the average becomes X plus 2 years. If the age of the class teacher is 50 years, then what is the average age of the class including the teacher? See, before teacher joining, what was the average? X. If teacher age is also equals to X, after adding teacher to the group, will there be any change in the average? Come on, it will be as it is only. But after teacher included to the group, what happened to the average? Becomes X plus 2, that means increased by 2. Increased average increased by 2 for how many people? 12 students are already there and teacher also added, right? So for how many people average got increased? For all 13 people, for each member it increased by 2 only. Then age of teacher must be X plus 13 into 2 only, and which is mentioned as 50. Teachers is mentioned as 50. 26 subtracted from 50, that becomes 24. Now what was 24? Average age of students excluding teacher, which is X, right? But our question is to identify X plus 2, including teacher. Average is 26. Q2 15. Q1 more than Q2. The ratio of present ages of X and Y is 7:5. After 4 years, the ratio becomes 4:3. How many years ago the ratio was 11:7? Okay. Now, at present, after 4 years, present ages ratio 7:5. 7 parts and then 5 parts only. And after 5 years, it becomes 4:3. Correct? So after 5 years age must be more than present age or less than present age? But present age of first person is how many parts? It has to be ideally more than 7 parts, right? But how much is mentioned in the ratio? 4:3. That means 4 parts only. It has to be more, right? So what we'll do? Multiply it with 2. Okay. Then how much you get? 8:2. 8 is more than 7. And 6 parts also more than 5 parts. So for everybody, age increased by 1 part only. Because of how many years? Then present ages, in the sense you can say 28 and then 20. Correct? Correct. Now, how many years ago their age ratio was 11:7? See, even in the past also, their ages difference must be equals to present ages difference. How much is present ages difference? 8. So, after X number of years or X number of years ago, any time age difference must be same. From the ratio, how many parts is the difference? And that must be equal to 8 years, right? If 4 parts is equal to 8, 1 part is equal to 2, 11 parts, 22, 7 parts, 14. If present age of X is 28, how many years back it was 22? Come on. So, how many years ago is the question, which is 6 years ago. Q2, 32. Q1 less than Q2. Basically, to answer this question, you don't have to solve it. See, after getting present ages, how many years back there is ages ratio in the sense, how many years back, that's what's your question. That question number must be definitely less than 28. అవునా? ఇప్పుడు మీ present age 20 years అని అనుకోండమ్మా, మీ ఏజ్ ఎక్స్ ఇయర్స్ బ్యాక్ గురించి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం. ఆ ఎక్స్ అనేది కంపల్సరీగా 20 కంటే తక్కువే ఉంటుందిగా. సో బట్ వెరాజ్ యువర్ Q2 ఈజ్ మోర్ దెన్ 28, Q1 is less than 28, Q2 is more than 28. That itself is sufficient to answer the question. Have you understood the point? Pawan's wealth increased by 20% every year with respect to the previous year from 2015 to 2017, but in 2018 increased by 10% from that in 2017. If his wealth in 2018 was 63,360, what was his wealth in 2015? Okay, right. What is Q2 value? So Q1 we need to know whether it is equal to 40,000 or more than 40 or less than 40, correct? So let me start with 40,000 only. I'll see. First it increased by 20%, then it becomes 48,000, then again increases by 20%. Matladali. That means you need to add 9,600, which becomes 57,600, correct? Then it increases by 10% only, which is 5760. Matladali. 3. Enti? Yes? Is this the number that we have in the question? That means 2015 value was 40,000 only. Hence both are equal. Suppose ikkadachina value, for example 61,000 something అని అనుకుందాం. That means our required number is 61,245 when we started with 40,000. But number given in question is more than 61,245. Come on. That means initial value must be more than 40,000. Ardhamainda? Suppose our obtained value, if it is equal to 65,000 something. When we start with 40,000, we got it as 65,000 something. But number in question is less than that. Hence initial value must be less than 40,000. That's what we were verifying. Okay now? Right. Pipes A and B together can fill a cistern in X hours. If another outlet, pipe C, can empty the cistern in 10 hours, all three together can fill the cistern in 30 hours. Then find the value of X. AB can fill the tank in X hours. C can empty the tank in 10 hours. Empty, so it is negative hour. All three, that means A, B, C can fill the tank in 30 hours. Okay? Right. So for now, I am taking only C comma ABC because AB value we have to calculate. Okay now? 10 and 30, what is LCM? Matladali. That means C can empty 3 units. ABC can fill 1 unit. This 1 unit is work done by A, B, C, correct? Where C empties 3 units in a minute or in an hour. That means AB should do 4 units. Then only A plus B plus C will give you 1 unit positive work. Now the question is to identify X value. X is time taken by AB to fill the time. 30 divided by 4, answer 7.5 hours. Over. In a X liters mixer, the ratio of milk and water is 3:5. If we add 20 liters of water, milk will be half of that of water in final mixer. Find X. Okay. Initial value of X. That's what we want to calculate. So how much quantity of milk we have? 3 parts. Water, 5 parts. What is the quantity you are adding? What quantity is that? That means milk is constant only. Even in final container, milk must be 3 parts only. And condition says milk will be half of that of water. Then water will be twice of milk. That must be equal to 6 parts only. Earlier it was 5 parts. Now becomes 6 parts. That means how much is added? And that is equal to how many liters? 20 liters. And your question is to identify X value. X is equal to sum of milk and water, which is equal to 8 parts, which is equal to 1/6. A car travels 390 kilometers in 8 hours. It travels x kilometers with the speed of 20 km per hour, x plus 10 kilometers with the speed of 40 km per hour, and the remaining distance at a speed of 70 km per hour. Find the value of x. Okay. Now, x kilometers covered. Then x plus 10 kilometers covered. So far, how much is the distance covered? 2x plus 10 out of 390. Remaining in the sense, from this we have to subtract 2x and then 10 only, which is equal to 380 minus 2x. Correct? First x kilometers traveled with 20 km per hour. Next x plus 10 kilometers traveled with, and then 380 minus 2x traveled with, and the total time they mentioned as, 8 hours. And you need to find out x value, right? So solving the equation and getting the answer is one way. The other way is, when you look at the third step, third term in the left hand side, 380 minus 2x by 70 we have. That means 70 must be factor of 380 minus 2x. Yes or no? And you know x value is in options. First option, what is x? 2 times of it. If you subtract 80, how much is left? 300 by 70. Is 300 a multiple of 70? Second option, 2 times. 2 times. If 120 is subtracted, 260. Is it a multiple? Third option, 3 times. 140 is subtracted from 380. Is 240 multiple of 70? Fifth option, 2 times. Fourth option, 2 times. 160 is subtracted. 220. Next, fifth option, 2 times. 100 subtracted. Is 280 multiple of 70? That's your final answer. If you want to verify, substitute x value 50 here and then keep doing.